up in and around Columbia, with a chance of that freezing rain. So freezing rain is a threat with this system. The heavy snow, that's kind of pushed up to the north, but freezing rain is our main threat for us. So let's talk about types of precipitation, okay? We've got freezing rain, sleet, snow. What's the difference between all of this and what we're going to be seeing throughout? So here, I'll take this off so you can see the whole thing. So cold air less than 32 degrees, there's going to be this shallow layer of cold air. So we've got warm air overriding the cold air. So the rain droplet's falling, it goes through the cold air, it's less than 32 degrees, and it freezes upon impact. And what happens is when that happens, we get black ice, we get freezing rain. You have to keep the steering wheel straight, do not brake, take your foot off the accelerator to slow down. With sleet, you can actually stop. With freezing rain, you're not really going to be able to stop. That's what we're dealing with the types of precipitation. But snow, it needs a column of air that's basically cold throughout. Sleet has a little warm layer, and freezing rain has a big warm layer, and it's cold at the surface. And that's what it looks like it's going to happen to us this weekend. Now, our precipitation chances the next couple of days, it's a 60% chance of rain for Friday. Saturday, we did take it down to 40% chance because it still looks like Saturday evening and into Sunday morning, we've got about 100% to 90% chance of seeing rain and freezing rain, even a little bit of sleet mixed in there. Now, we're extending it into Monday. As we go into Monday, we're actually looking at some refreezing. That's the possibility. So as far as today goes, we're right around, we're looking at... excuse me, there we go, back forward here, get past this and that, and we've got the first alert weather day we need to talk about for Saturday, Sunday, and into your Monday. So we're featuring rain, ice, and sleet. Accumulations of freezing rain is the main concern for us. Here's what we know so far. Sleet and rain Saturday evening, freezing rain Saturday night into Sunday, and a refreeze is possible for your Monday morning. So Monday morning, we've got the chance of a refreeze, and that's why we've got the first alert weather day up there. So here's the 3-day forecast. Saturday's high is 39 degrees, and then down to 25, up to 37 for your Sunday. 25 is our low, so that's when we're seeing the best chance of frozen precipitation, freezing rain, right? And then we see that refreeze into your Monday. So Monday morning, we're down to 32 degrees. So we will get like pretty much all the precipitation types, but it's the freezing rain that has us most concerned. So the National Weather Service has us under a winter storm watch. It begins Saturday morning, lasts until Monday. But look, a lot of the country has a winter storm warning from Dallas all the way to Wichita, Little Rock, all in on that. And there's some advisories in northern Alabama. But our winter storm alerts, as far as a winter storm watch, it's issued 12 to 48 hours out when over about a quarter inch or more of ice accretion is possible. Widespread impacts could occur. Winter storm warning is issued when heavy snow, sleet, or freezing rain is expected, and travel will become dangerous. So that's what we're looking for, is the warning. So this is our first model here. This is actually the European. It's got about a ½ inch of freezing rain here in Columbia, and almost an inch around Saluda and Newberry, an inch around Chester. This is concerning. And of course, the American model is pretty similar, about a ½ inch here in Columbia, an inch to the north and west. Now, these are not the high-resolution models that I would rather see. The high-resolution models are showing a little bit less, but they don't go out far enough. They go out to about 8 o'clock Sunday morning. So we went ahead and made our own graphic, and what we think might happen, it's a trace to about 1/10 of an inch in Orangeburg, Clarendon, Sumter, and Calhoun County, about 1/10 of an inch to a quarter inch in areas in and around Lexington and Richland County, Saluda, Kershaw County as well, and about a quarter inch to a ½ an inch around Newberry Perry and Fairfield County. So a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch of ice. Now, what does that mean for us? Well, a trace to a 1/4 inch, we see cars coated, slick bridges, light ice on trees. Anything around a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch, the tree limbs sag and break. Most roads are icy, and we have power outages. Anything over a 1/2 inch, there's widespread tree damage and power line damage. So for every square foot of about a 1/4 inch, it adds an additional weight to that tree limb, right? And that's what sags it, and that's why we see this the actual the limbs break. Now, currently, we've got some rain showers out there right now, and our temperatures aren't too terribly bad. We're at 55 degrees in Columbia, 61 currently in St. Matthews. Now, tomorrow, well, I'll get rid of me here so we can see. Max, here we go. 45 degrees, some rain showers in the morning. So this isn't really part of our system, but we are looking at rain. I feel like people aren't paying attention, like, hey, we've actually got rain for your Friday morning, and then it looks cloudy by the afternoon with temperatures still in the 50s. So still way too warm for any icy precipitation tomorrow. So tomorrow's not really part of this event. So here's our future radar. This is this evening at 6 o'clock. We've got a few spot showers in the region. And as we head into a Friday, right around 6, you can see some of that spot rain here and there. And as we head towards 12 o'clock, we've got mostly cloudy skies, some rain at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And then as we head into 10 o'clock, it's mainly dry. Now, as we head towards your Saturday, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies. And here's where it starts to begin with some sleet and possibly some freezing rain as temperatures start to drop. We're starting to see the sleet and freezing rain move in. So this is 10 o'clock. Notice it doesn't look all that heavy. So this is our high resolution model that's finally getting Saturday night into Sunday morning, right? So here's 10 o'clock, Saturday night. We've got some freezing rain in the region. By 9 o'clock in the morning Sunday, it's still hanging out with us. It's light, but it's still there. And that's as far as that model goes. So if you have any sort of questions or anything, you can ask and we can pop them up here and actually go through everything with this. And also just above me, that's the QR code for our app. You can download our app there. So first off, we've got this front coming in, some showers here and there. We've got a few sprinkles and showers with that front Friday. And as we head into your Saturday, you can see all that snow and that mix in Mississippi and Tennessee. That's our next system, but we're still dealing with this front as we head throughout your Saturday. Here it is around 3 o'clock, some spot showers, and that low kind of makes its way to the north into Alabama, and we see some of that activity. But you can see most of it's up to the north. We've just got the light showers here in our region, and notice all that rain and heavy downpours in western Alabama. That's what's going to come into our area for Sunday night. Sunday afternoon and night. It looks like we surge in temperature and warm up Sunday afternoon. And then by Sunday night, that front comes through. We get a lot of rain, and then it cools off, and we can have some patchy ice for your Monday morning. But here it is by Sunday around 9 o'clock. Again, this is as far as that model goes, but you can see what I'm talking about, that heavy rain just over to our west. That's what's going to be pivoting into our region Sunday afternoon and evening, giving us about 100% chance of rain with a little bit of freezing rain possible. So the model comparison, the Euro and the GFS, at 7 p.m. Saturday, it starts to begin for the Euro, and the GFS is way earlier. It's showing around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so that's why the times are different there. I'll kind of bring it up so you can see a little bit better, and I'll take me off here. So Saturday 7 o'clock, and at Saturday at 2 o'clock we've got GFS. Yeah, I'm ready for questions, so whenever you guys are ready, just holler and we'll get it done. But looking at this weekend, 39 degrees Saturday, and then Sunday 37, 40% chance of some rain and sleet Saturday, changing over to some actual freezing rain. Can this change and move more northward? Yes, Sylvia, that is a possibility. It did move north in the last run, but we've kind of seen it just stay put. for this last model run. So our forecast really hasn't changed since yesterday all that much. We're still thinking that the initialization is in, meaning the precipitation that's significant, like the freezing rain sleet, starts Saturday evening. It looks like it lasts overnight into Sunday morning and then transitions to rain. That's still the forecast for our area. Now, it's an impactful system. So basically this high pressure is just up to our north. It actually brings in the cold air. So the high pressure is bringing in the cold air. The stationary boundary goes away. Our low is still down and around Texas. It starts to move over to the east, and here it is, 7 o'clock Saturday. It's been showing this every time. Like the Europeans bringing it in a little bit later, but here it is by around 11 o'clock at night. We've got that precipitation over most of South Carolina. Even sections south of I-20 seeing some activity. Now, this model, it's a long-range model, so you're not going to get the fine-tuned little showers that we got with the high-resolution one, right? I just showed you the high-resolution one, and you can see it was a little more detailed. This one's not going to give you that because the resolution's not there for it. But here it is around 10 o'clock Sunday morning, still seeing that activity, and then it starts to transition to rain. So here it is at 4 o'clock. We've got rain in the region. And then as we head towards midnight, heavy rain is a possibility. And then as the cold front passes through, our temperatures drop. Here, let me get rid of that, the logo. Can this change and move south to give us snow? It really doesn't look like it, Dylan. Gosh, I wish it would. I mean, I'm a snow lover myself. Nobody wants freezing rain. But Dylan, I just don't think it's going to move south. It looks like it's being very consistent right now. So that builds confidence, actually, whenever models are consistent. And these models have been consistently showing some sort of wintry precipitation since Monday. So they've done a pretty decent job. So far, I'm pretty happy with everything on how the forecast is going. But you can see we dry up as we head into your Monday. Now, let's take a look at tonight's lows. We're mild, 44 degrees, 43 in Camden, 45. And could the models, I didn't see this, Trey, could the models not be picking up on the strength of cold air damming? That's right, Trey. The one model that does extremely well with the cold air damming is the NAM. And as that gets better and better, and we can actually see the cold air coming in from the north and east? Yeah, that's a great question. And yes, they could not be seeing it. So you notice, like in my 10-day here, I did shave off some degrees because I went down to 39 Saturday. I went down to 37 for Sunday because of that cold air damming. And what we're seeing, though, is in the upper levels, it's a lot of warm air advection, just warm air moving into our region. And so they're saying that it erodes the cold air away and our temperatures warm up. And that's why we got it warming up Sunday and changing over to rain. And so I don't want to, cry wolf, but if that doesn't happen and the cold air stays in place, we could be looking at totals around ½ inch to an inch of freezing rain, which would be very impactful to everybody. A lot of power outages and all of that. But that's what we're dealing with all of this. Is there any other questions? What will Lexington expect? Freezing rain is the possibility in Lexington. So we're looking at freezing rain overnight, same as everybody. Everybody's kind of in the same boat here. Down to the south of I-20, less is expected. I'm going to try to show you that here with our forecast map that we made just today. Vaughn made it today. Very nice. And here it is. Let me load it. All right. So this is what we're expecting. A trace to 1/10 of an inch, Lexington 1/10 to 1/4 inch of freezing rain, and 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch around Newberry and Winnsboro. All right, anybody else with a question? So in Orangeburg, less, about a trace to a 1/10 of an inch. So that's what we're looking at there. And all it takes for a slick surface is 1/100th. So I know it's not as much. Maybe you don't get as many limbs down or anything, but you just need to stay put and stay home. All right, anybody else? It has the potential of being bad, Dora, especially a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch of freezing rain can cause limbs to fall. It just is so heavy. And those limbs hit power lines that are already iced up. So that's why we see so many power outages with this. So prepare for that. Just prepare for the worst and hope for the best. All right, Dora. Monday morning for Lexington and downtown Columbia. Well, we've got a first alert weather day for that very reason. We're concerned about it. Now, right now, our forecast is for heavy rain Sunday night. So cross your fingers. Maybe that melts everything. But as the cold front comes through, temperatures dip down to 32 degrees. That's my low is 32. And that could cause some icy spots. So I am concerned for ice for your Monday morning. And the winter storm watch also goes throughout Monday morning as well from the National Weather Service, Ashley. All right, anybody else? Lee County. Hi, Lee County. You're in that, you're right around that I-20, so you're in the 1/10 of an inch to a 1/4 inch, Quentin. Hello to Bishopville. Kershaw, yes. You northern Kershaw County on a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch. And I'll show you the other models that I'm showing you here. They're a little worse than this. So, but they're not as high resolution. So that's why they're a little worse. So here is the European model. It's got about a 6/10 in Camden there, 8/10 in Newberry, and 9/10 around Saluda, and 3/10 in and around Orangeburg. And this is the American model right here. And it's looking at a good bit as well. Right around a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch. This would be very impactful, Miriam. And but our forecast is not quite that high. We're going a little bit less, but still impactful for the Midlands. So it looks lighter overnight. And same for Sumter. Sumter's right on that cusp of a trace to a 1/10 of an inch. So there you go, Nikki. All right, we're just going to do all the towns, all right? So here's the map. Irmo around a 1/10 of an inch to a 1/4 of an inch, 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch up to our north. All right, any other questions other than the town? Hopefully you can see the map, and we've got this posted on our website. Oh my goodness, let me talk about the website. Look at this thing. All right, so I've written a dissertation on the, well, let me make sure I've got it right, web. All right, on the website. All sorts of graphics. All these maps are right here at wistv.com. And you can scroll through it, and hope you enjoy it, because I try to explain it very well and in detail what the forecast is and what it looks like. So this is the best place to go if you're like, oh God, I'm not around a TV and I'm not near a Roku, I can't watch us streaming, and my app, I just want to read the forecast and see the graphics right here. wistv.com/weather is what we're looking at there. So let's see, any other questions for us? Yeah, the last Euro model did, in fact, move it a little bit farther to the south. So that's right, just a smidge. But it's very, very consistent there, John. So that builds confidence that we're going to actually get something. All right, anybody else? All right, well, if not, if you need to download our app, right above me, that's the QR code for the weather app. It follows you wherever you go. It's absolutely free. So say you go to North Carolina or Oregon, it follows you, and you can have live radar right there, and it actually tracks the storms move across the region. So, yeah, that's what we're dealing with the app. You can actually download it there, and there you have it. So I'm getting ready for the 6 o'clock news. Vaughn's on right now, and we'll be ready at 6 o'clock. So we'll see you there, and stay safe. We'll keep you up to date right here on WIS, on our streaming apps, on our app, on everything. Was there one more question? Nope. Okay. All right. That'll be it. We'll see you in just a bit and at 6 o'clock.